We just wrapped up Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Shot on over to Oliver Springs, Tennessee, about an hour away to Windrock Park for Wheeling with Warren. It's a small group, and we went and shot up Rattlerock.
Stop! I've noticed a lot of you are not subscribed to the channel. We are going to be giving away a free shirt in every video this year. This is one of the new shirts we're giving away on the Great American Crawl at every stop. We've also got these and a bunch of other apparel we're launching. We're going to be grabbing one thing out of our store at random and sending it out to one of you who have subscribed to the channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below that you have and what your shirt size is, and it could be you. We're going to pin your comment to the top, whoever we pick, and then you're going to be getting a pretty cool piece of clothing. Enjoy the video.
Wheeling in a small group is a game changer when you're doing big events all year long. But I want you to elaborate on shot up Rattlerock.
Well, we shot. I mean, it did some ricocheting, but it shot. I mean, it was...
Shot video up Rattlerock.
I mean, it kind of did like this, but I mean, it was still a shot. At the last minute, before we were getting ready to take off, we had Axel Stammel. Marvin's father owns Axel Off-Road, does the helmets and everything, keeps everybody safe. I love Axel. Great dude. I mean, really, really good guy, and I thought it was awesome that he came out and wheeled with us.
Windrock is still on my bucket list because I feel like I haven't been there. You know, we went for one day and we were on one trail, and I think it's maybe a little over a half-mile long, and so I still feel like I haven't been there. But I have an annual pass now, and we are definitely going back.
I go do the Wheeling with Warren run every year, and for the past, so this will be the 4th year that Rattlerock has been the trail. I missed it last year, but we did it this year and then the 3 years prior. This was the first time I have ever been on Rattlerock that it was as dry as it was.
Real difficult.
that's one thing I like about Rattlerock is there's not a line. I mean, it's not a, hey, this is the way you go. You know, it's just wide enough where you can try left, you can try right, you can go center. Danny's rig that normally performs, you know, great, normally didn't have any problems. He was having some type of a fuel issue or something. So that was really giving him a hard time, and he was fighting with that.
Back up. What's smoking? Something's smoking.
Yeah, it's from the exhaust. Something dripping on the exhaust.
It's fuel.
If that's a line coming along. Oh.
That's a really bad one. Yeah, that's that plastic line. So I just want to know what it is before we continue. I don't want to catch your car on fire. It's hot as shit, so that's probably.
Oh yeah,
why.
it's screaming. It's been screaming at you.
This is a good one, man. After a couple trips of easy hard trails, this one's very humbling, especially when your motor's not running right. But I mean, it's making it through, but rough.
And it was great. We had Brad Goodfellow with us, one of the guys over with Warren. And Brad puts together Wheeling with Warren every year. That's where I first met him at, you know, and we've stayed in touch. Great dude. I really, really like Brad a lot. And he was actually the trail lead for us that day we were running Rattlerock. So, you know what? It's always nice to have somebody from the company. I mean, everybody out there is experienced wheelers, and the recovery process is something we all know, but it's nice to have somebody from the company there that's back checking stuff. So when we had to pull line for Axel, his fair lead was not bolted to his bumper, which later bit me in the ass too, but yeah, it was him first though.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you had to do a whole lot of side pulls, and then it was a matter of just, I mean, in the few spots that we did had to pull cable, I mean, we were running extensions because you know, your winch point was 150 yards up there, but you know, before you had something you could really attach to. Yeah, that you had to go across the fallen tree there on the right, on the fallen tree on the right, and you had to hook around that. Once you get past that first plateau where you're coming up and then you go into the gatekeeper, the first gatekeeper boulders, and then you run that little boulder field section, you know, and then you make that hard right, and then you've got a really gnarly section going up. It's probably 150, 200 yards long, and then boom, it's a hard left. Every time you got through a little segment, you're like, oh, and then you would turn and see the next section. You're like, oh. Well, you know, you feel like everything you just did was nothing compared to what's ahead of you. Start getting, I mean, those are car-sized boulders in there. I mean, they aren't, that's not little stuff. And as, yeah, I found out in that second or third section, rocks don't move. Even when you ram them with 9,000-pound Jeeps, boulders
Not rocks those size.
boulders stay put.
There's rock over here.
That fair lead's loose.
Climbing it up.
I think it's a combination of the incredibly comfortable seats.
Yeah, it's off.
You're fairly
Yeah.
too.
It's me and Axel. It's our thing.
You should talk to somebody at Warren about getting a new winch line.
Okay, yeah, so when you get into what I call the third dog leg there, that's probably the biggest, most technical boulder field section of it. And I mean, you've got this one just Texas size, I mean, just monster right in the middle of the trail. I mean, fighting to get around that thing on the sides is just gnarly. And I think Brad got up in there and...
I walked up to the scene after he was already almost on the driver's door. But there aren't a lot of anchor points out there. So you find a tree and it may not be the direction you want to winch, but it's the direction you have to winch. So you're almost just kind of dragging the Jeep sideways almost as much or more than forward. You know, obviously you're already off your line because you're nearly on your side, but then you're dragging yourself even further off the line that you want to be on.
We get you hooked up to Rock Buggy.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, you're not a light vehicle.
No.
What's it like dragging something like that over with anything?
You know, it really, I didn't feel like it was that bad. I'll be honest with you, I had my reservations. You know, I mean, Rock Buggy obviously has the power, but I'm still like, okay, well, at the end of the day, you're like a 4,000-pound vehicle trying to pull like a 10,000-pound vehicle. And you aren't just pulling me up a hill, you're pulling me through a massive boulder to get up over that thing. What's up?
Wait for the wind. Can't drive over it. Good. There you go. Just roll. Just roll.
So when you're coming up, you do have a pretty good little section. It's not, I mean, it's steep. It's a little bit of a climb. Smaller boulders than the previous dog leg for sure. But man, it's a lot of loose stuff, and everything in there shifts as you're going through it. So even if you're watching the guys in front of you, what they're doing, all those rocks might be in a different place when it's time for you to do it. But when you get up right past that tree, you know, the optional line, I would call it, definitely the more challenging exit is when you hook left right there at that tree and you come up, you've got a pretty deep V-notch there. And then it's a big wall you're climbing. I'd say it's probably every bit of a 3 or 4 foot wall. You've got to bounce up, and then they kind of hook up and meet up together at the same spot at the top.
One tire gonna draw.
great event, especially the timing right after Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. You know, after spending a week in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, you know, you're on parking lots, yeah.
Wheeling parking lots, you want to get out and get on a trail there too. Windrock is an excellent place to do that.
You know, Windrock's a park I've been to several times, but I mean, they are over 100,000 acres, if I'm remembering right. I mean, that park is, I'm still feel like that's a park, if you're willing to commit to 8 to 10 hours of wheeling a day, you still need to spend 10 to 12 days there to be able to experience that whole park. I mean, it is insane how big it is. You know, and even though I've ran a lot of the same trails every time I've been, I'm definitely looking forward to be back. We got the Great American Crawl Stop coming up there in November, so you know, we're just about 2 months away from that. Be doing that coming fresh off of Trail Hero and SEMA, so I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back out there in November for the crawl for sure.
My name's Angie.
Hi Angie, I'm excellent.
Nice to meet you. Purple Haze.
So that I don't forget it, I have it on t-shirts and on my door.
It's very nice.
Just like Alzheimer people, you know. They have little hidden all over the place.
18. 18.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
See you later.